All right, our next element is P, which is number 15. All right, if I look at for number 15, 15 is right here. So P is phosphorus. Okay, phosphorus. Right, the number of electron rings is what row it's in or what period it's in, right? And that goes across. So since P is in the third row, it's got 3 electron rings. Okay? All right, so number of valence electrons, right? Remember, I count the groups, right? But only the tall group. So I'm going 1 electron ring or valence electron, 2, I'm going to skip all that to the next tall, 3, 4, and since P is in the 5th tall group, it's got 5 valence electrons. Okay? All right, so now let's go and figure out what that atom should look like. Okay? So I'm going to have to figure out how many protons, neutrons, and electrons it has. All right, now, my periodic table should tell me this information. So if I look, right, my atomic mass is 15, or atomic number is 15, which tells me that my total number of protons and total number of electrons is going to be 15. All right, so I know that I can take that, and I've already counted this, 15 protons go in the nucleus. I also know I have 15 electrons, all right? So where do those go? Now I know that 5 of them, since the valence electrons are the outermost electrons, go in the 3rd electron ring, right? Since there's 3. So I'm already going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Or 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to put 5 in the 3rd ring, okay, automatically. So that means that the other 10 have to go somewhere else, right? Remember, the first 2 go in the 1st ring, and then the next 2, right, or next 8 go in the 2nd ring, okay? And as I mentioned before, right, how do I know that it goes 2, 8, and then 5? All right, remember, the periodic table tells you all this, right? The first row only has 2 elements, which means that you can only have 2 electrons, 1, 2, right? The second row has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons. So that's just why you have 8 electrons that can only fit. You can't put any more than 8, okay? And then the last one has 5 valence electrons, because we've already kind of come up and said that it has 5 valence electrons. Okay. Now let's figure out how many neutrons it has. All right. So since phosphorus has a mass number that's pretty close to 31, so we're going to get that. Remember, we're going to round that up to 31. All right. Because most phosphorus is phosphorus 31. So that means it has 15 protons. So 15 plus 16 would be 31. So that means I should have 16 neutrons. Right? Since I've already counted those out, those 16 neutrons go in the nucleus, right? And there you go, right? That is the correct drawing, oops, that should go there, of phosphorus.